English language teaching has the same challenges the world over. This series focuses on teaching speaking. We've come to Thailand to see which activities teachers here use to get their students speaking. And we'll have expert tips from teacher trainer John Kay.
It's important that you choose the topics carefully. Choose something that the students can relate to, something that they'll be interested in, that they'll want to talk about.
Mobile phone is useful.
You want to be the lion, right? Okay.
At the planning stage of a debate, it's very important to decide, are you going to change the look of the classroom, the focal point of the classroom? Also the topic, is it relevant to the students? How do you want the students to debate it? Is it going to be all the class or is it going to be done in small groups? And who controls the debate? Is it the teacher or is it somebody from the class? Do you have some people who have to judge who wins the debate? All these things need to be carefully considered before the lesson starts.
I would like you to form a group of 5 facing each other.
It's a good idea to ask them to brainstorm on points for and against the debate motion. Then you can introduce useful language in order that they can express those views coherently in English.
Put the expression under the correct headings.
The teacher can then give them controlled oral practice before having to argue that point in a debate.
I believe. What do you believe?
So, mobile phone are useful.
Mobile phone are useful. Very good.
I think cell phones aren't useful.
We have 2 people to agree and disagree. But I need audience. I need every student to work at the same time. Who are you? You are audience.
If you do have to debate in a whole class activity and some of the students are the audience, then why not give them a task looking at the language they use, the vocabulary used, the body language, the facial expression.
How many minutes do you need to discuss together? 10. All right.
It's
10.
important that the people involved in the debate have enough time to practice what they want to say.
All right. Go.
Hey, nowadays mobile phone become important thing that be part of human life.
Up to a point, but
The challenge for the teacher is not to influence the debate, let the students influence the debate.
Look at me, I'm beautiful without the mobile phone. Depend on you.
Right. Audience, it's time for you to make decisions.
In my opinion, mobile phone have a good point and a bad point. What can you see in this picture? The man play the guitar. If you want to have a guitar, where will you go? The music shop.
When exploiting a dialogue and keeping the students motivated and interested, it's very important that you set the scene.
Can you guess how old he is?
Build up a story in the imagination of the students. Generate interest.
Who is the important person in this picture?
Then get the students into groups or into pairs to predict what is going to happen with the conversation. Give them a few key words and they can build their conversation around these key words, and then they can compare what they predicted with the dialogue which comes up on the tape.
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a guitar. What kind of guitar do you want? Electric guitar.
Then the teacher gives the students a chance to practice the language that they've heard on the tape.
Can I help you?
When the tape finishes, put the students into pairs, asking them to practice the dialogue, and then give them picture prompts or one-word prompts, and then they can try and reproduce the dialogue, but buying different things.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a drum.
It has 2 legs.
It has more than 4 legs.
It is a caterpillar.
If you want to develop speaking through a story, don't spend too long pre-teaching the words. The lesson will become a vocabulary lesson and not a speaking lesson.
This is a story about these 2 animals, a lion and a mouse. Once upon a time, this lion was sleeping.
Give them the first part of the story and ask them in groups to work together to predict what happens next in the story.
I have this picture cut into pieces.
Another way of exploiting a story for fluency is to give each student in the group a picture. And then working together as a group, they decide the order in which the story happens before they hear the official story from the teacher.
Okay, can you read together?
But while they're discussing that themselves, they're actually getting more practice in speaking English.
They ran up his tail onto his back and jumped on his head.
Then give them the next bit of your story. The whole story could then be retold within the groups. The teacher can check whether they've got the story right, whether they're expressing their ideas fluently enough for you.
Who can make the noise like the lion? 1, 2, 3. I want them to actually have the feeling of what to say according to the dialogue and the context of the sentences as well.
I am the king of the beast. Please, oh please, Mr. Lion.
1, 2, 3. How many pens are there in my hands?
In order for communication to be realistic and authentic, it's essential that one person has information which the other person doesn't have. Therefore, you have an information gap.
There is.
To find out the missing information, the students need particular language. This language could be pre-taught by the teachers. Once the students have this useful language, they can question each other and find the information.
Please ask and answer the number of the animal in your picture.
To make any information gap activity successful, however, it's imperative that your partner doesn't see what you have on your picture.
Don't let your friend look at your handout.
Because if they do that, that defeats the whole object of the information gap. There's no gap. If you have an information gap, then you have the makings of a real conversation.
How many rabbits are there in your farm? There is 1 rabbit in your farm.